at Fairfax High School on trial after allegedly groping more than a dozen of his teenage classmates. We're bringing you the new details from inside the courtroom.
Plus, stunning new numbers on how much it is to attend college in the district. We're stretching your dollar on how to earn a degree without paying the full price tag. Then a chance of fog on your morning commute. Meteorologist Brittany Ward is tracking it all, plus how warm it could get this weekend. And as America gets ready to mark 250 years, innovation is moving faster than ever. We're taking you to Utah's Silicon Slopes as the race to keep up with technology is already underway.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now here at 4. I'm Annalisa Gale. Mark Hall will join us at 5 p.m. Well, new this afternoon, the student accused of groping teen girls at Fairfax High School in Virginia is on trial for more than a dozen assault and battery charges. The Trump administration now launching its own investigation and calling out the suspect's status as an illegal immigrant from El Salvador. The case also sparking federal and local investigations into the school system's handling of those cases. DC News Now's Randy Bass joining us live. She's been following this case. Randy, what were you learning today from the courtroom?
Yes, Fairfax High School student Israel Flores Ortiz, an adult, is accused in 13 separate groping cases over the course of a week earlier this year, all on the Fairfax High School campus, all allegedly involving underage teenage girls. Now, the judge in the courtroom in this case closing that courtroom to the public as many of the teenage girls testified about the assaults. No jury in this case, just the judge hearing the evidence and reaching a verdict as it's being heard in juvenile and domestic relations court. In opening statements today, prosecutors said Flores grabbed their butts in the hallway at school, but an attorney for one of the girls tells me it was a lot more than that. His defense saying the videos of the assaults only show crowded hallways at the school, not his client touching the girls inappropriately. Now, in the wake of these charges, Fairfax County Public Schools launched its own investigation into what happened, requesting the help of an outside law firm. The Department of Education also launching an investigation at the federal level, too. He's currently held without bond, and we heard again today from the Department of Homeland Security about what could happen if the Salvadoran national is released, saying in part, if sanctuary politicians plan to release this criminal illegal alien from jail following his hearing, ICE law enforcement is prepared to take this sexual deviant into custody. Now, this trial is still ongoing at this hour. Several of those teenage girls are still slated to testify before we are expected to hear from FCPS administrators before the case heads to the judge for a verdict. In Fairfax, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thanks so much. And let's check in on our forecast now on this Thursday. Meteorologist Brittany Ward. Thankfully, things are going to get even better as we head into the weekend.
Yeah, you know, heading into the weekend, even tomorrow, the forecast not looking bad. We are going to be tracking slightly warmer temperatures as we head within the next few days. So overall, get outside and enjoy it. We're heading outside, a live look out towards the Roslyn skyline. It was a gorgeous afternoon out there. We saw plenty of sunshine, a light southerly flow allow those temperatures this afternoon mainly to warm up, getting into the 50s to even 60s across the entire DMV. We're sitting mostly in the 60s here in DC, 62 currently in the nation's capital, 56 though as you head out towards Lexington Park, so still the cool spot on the map. You're sitting at 61 degrees in Hagerstown, 70 there in Geyser, so not a bad start to our evening. And as we continue to head home tonight, it's not looking bad. I'm giving you the green light for your evening commute. We are going to be holding on to mainly sunny skies through that 5 o'clock hour. Those temperatures still expected to be sitting in the 60s here in the nation's capital. Sunset today is at 7:39 this evening. Still expected to see those clear skies. That's going to linger into the overnight hours, but there is that slight chance that we could deal with some patchy fog as we are heading out the door tomorrow morning. So, Annalisa, keep it here. We'll talk more about how warm we're expected to get heading into our weekend coming up in about 10 minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Brittany. Well, developing now, police are investigating 2 Metro employees' death as a murder-suicide. Both men were found shot to death outside the Metrobus depot in Friendship Heights. DC News Now's Mariel Carbone joining us live with the latest here. Good afternoon, Mariel.
Hi, Annalisa. Yeah, a source tells me that they are potentially investigating this as a love triangle, which could have led to this shooting incident. Now, we know this is isolated, so there are no current threats, or there were none of as of this morning for any Metro employees or anybody who lives and works in this area. Now, officials tell us that police were called to this scene here on the 4400 block of Jennifer Street Northwest just after 1 a.m. for a report of a shooting. 2 men were located and pronounced dead here on the scene. One gun was recovered, and again, police now investigating this as a murder-suicide. Now, both men were employees with WMATA. General Manager Randy Clark addressing the shooting in a meeting this morning. Take a listen.
We tragically lost 2 members of the WMATA team. This incident was not on Metro property, and there is no ongoing threat. Our staff is the soul of this organization, and just very much appreciate what they do every day.
Now, Clark did hold a moment of silence after he made those comments. Local 689, that is the union that represents the workers here, is also offering grief counseling for any employees who may need it at this moment. Reporting live in Northwest D.C., I'm Marielle Carbone, D.C. News Now.
All right, Marielle, thank you. And Montgomery County Police right now investigating a deadly shooting in Darnestown. They responded around 5 a.m. this morning off of Carrington Hill Drive, where they found that victim. The man there has not been identified. So far, no arrests have been made. And we do want to warn you, the details of this next story you're about to hear may be disturbing. A Maryland father has now been charged after his 6-year-old son shot and killed himself. It happened at a townhome in Montgomery Village back in February. 32-year-old LaSalle Lee is now being charged with involuntary manslaughter along with neglect of a minor. Lee is currently out on bond. His next court date is set for April 24th. We'll be discussing some trial dates there. Plus, D.C. police are on the lookout for these 2 people that are on your screen. They say these men allegedly broke into an ATM in an establishment off of Michigan Avenue. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Well, a pay increase in the Commonwealth. Governor Abigail Spanberger has signed a bill to increase Virginia's minimum wage to $15 an hour. This will be an incremental increase on January 1st. The minimum wage will go from $12.77 an hour to $13.75 an hour. And starting in 2028, it will jump to $15 an hour. Republican Virginia Delegate Mike Cherry says this bill will hurt Virginia's economy.
If you can pay a machine, buy it one time, and it takes your order at McDonald's, when you don't have an ongoing cost to the individual that would have that job otherwise, I think that's exactly the outcome that's going to happen. Is you're going to increase inflation, increase costs, and lower the jobs that are available.
Governor Spanberger says she signed this bill because she believes full-time workers should be able to afford to live in Virginia. Well, the Fairfax County School Board is set to meet tonight to vote on major calendar changes that could impact thousands of families. According to FFXNow.com, on the table eliminating student holidays for Indigenous Peoples Day and Veterans Day and cutting early release days down to just for a year. Leaders say the goal there is to make it more consistent, 5-day school weeks and less disruption for working parents. The push comes as Fairfax County Public Schools faces some criticism for having one of the region's longest school years while still dealing with frequent scheduled disruptions. If approved, the changes could affect or attempt to take effect sometime in the 2026-2027 school year. And new details now from Maryland's Attorney General. Their office saying they've made some major steps forward in the aftermath of the Key Bridge collapse. Maryland officials say they struck a preliminary deal with the owner and operator of the cargo ship Dolly, covering some of the claims from the deadly 2020-24 collapse there. 6 workers were killed when the ship struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge, crippling the Port of Baltimore and triggering widespread economic impact. Officials say the settlement is not final and more legal action could follow. Also still to come here on your news at 4, Republicans blocking Democrats in an attempt to limit President Trump's Iran war powers. Plus, DMV native and NBA superstar Kevin Durant is part of a group to buy the Six Flags property in Bowie. What new details we're learning. And later, President Donald Trump considers now cuts to TSA in his latest budget proposal. What we're learning about that. A live look outside at Roslyn here at 4:09. Beautiful and sunny on this Thursday, and it's going to get even better. We're back with meteorologist Brittany Ward as we inch closer to the weekend.